It's me, Joanne, and I'm here with my June update video. So exciting. I finished Red, so that's what I'm going to show you first. Finished it on Father's Day, whatever date that was. Here she is with my conversion. So, just a bit wonky. The things I changed were, well, I did the skin tent stitch. That's first thing. Oh, the dress. I did this middle section is supposed to be like this colour, but I did it white and then moved that colour to the shading part because I wanted her dress to be more white and less blue. And because of that, I then used silver beads instead of blue beads. And then this glove here was charted to like sort of hang down a bit, but I didn't like it, so yeah, I just made the glove slimmer and carried on the cape colours into the space and moved the beads up. So then the back stitch on these leaves I changed because it was supposed to be 2 strands of a really pale grey, but I used 1 strand of a darker grey. These beads in here are supposed to be, where I put silver, they're supposed to be blue as well, so I changed them to silver. Oh, the most obvious change is that I've converted this. Well, I used the conversion from, I'll put who it is here, to change it from brown to grey. Then my arm hurts. Then this other obvious change is that I changed these flowery things from teal, aqua, turquoisey colours to the same pinks as the flowers in the dress, and used the pink beads like in the dress as well. Was there anything else? I signed it. You can barely see, but you can't see. That's the first thing I've signed. So she took me I started her in January 2015, I think, so like 16, 2.5 years. Ridiculous. The beading took 3 days, and I love these treasures. They look rubbish in camera. Yeah, and the only other issue I have is these big beads, size 8 beads. They don't like to stand up, so I've just kind of pushed them over to that side. I have typed up my conversion if anybody wants it. Send me a message on here or Instagram. I'm stitching_Joanne on Instagram. So here she is, and I'm either going to get a custom frame or have her professionally framed. Oh, she's done on the recommended fabric, 32 count, witch elk, permin, whatever you call it, French lace linen. Except, see, I bought the French lace linen from eBay, and I don't think it actually is. I think it's just normal linen, not French lace colour, because I think French lace one is more grey. So I might have been diddled. There we go. So she was my oldest whip, and so now I need to work out what my next oldest whip is. Let me just seal her. I washed her before I put the beads on as well, in case you're wondering. I didn't, yeah, because I didn't use the watercolours, water lilies, because I swapped it for the white and the blue in the dress. So yeah, that's in my conversion anyway. If you want it, you'll have to send me your email address. So now moving on to whips, and I worked on 2 other projects. The first one is the Motherly Devotion by Jane Mayhew. It's the one Carolyn Mazio did. I'll insert a picture of what it's supposed to look like and a picture of where it was last time you saw it. And here it is now. I love it, it's amazing. It looks so real. It's a real giraffe right here. I mean, it's a bit of a pain because you're changing colours all the time. But yeah, so as you can see, the aim was to get up to this corner, and then I'm working this way. So yeah, and it's stitched on 32 count Demeter, however you say it, from Chromatic Alchemy, Jaslyn, I think it is. I quite like the Jaslyn. It dyes darker than the other even weaves, apparently. You can't see it on camera anyway, it looks kind of white, but it's very yellow indeed. Is it more yellow over here? So that's my little giraffe. That is my giraffe. And my next project I worked on was Majestic Peacock by Leslie Tier. And my screen's disappeared, hang on. Which looks like this. It is from, I wrote this down. It is from, oh, I've got hair sticking up my nose. I totally wrote down where this was from. I'll put it there. This is what it looked like last time. And this is what it looks like now. So yeah, at first I did these flowery bits, and then I've been filling in these green bits, and then a couple of bits down here, and then I've been doing these flowers. Now I've left this bit because this is metallic, and I didn't know whether metallics come off worse if you crush them in the hoop. So I think I'm going to leave the metallics till the end, even though I don't want to. I want to do them now. I can't remember if these are bead spaces or metallic gold spaces. But there's my peacock. This is done on Itting Count Black. So I got Ada. And I don't really, I mean, it is a bit of a problem working on black Ada, but not massively, because as long as you've got good light and you're not, and there's like a space between the back of the fabric and something else, like your knee or whatever, then you can see through. As you can see here, you can see through. There's my little peacock. Oh, I've got itchy nose now. So and so were having a clearance, which was a bit worrying because they were like American companies, and I thought, oh, you better not be getting rid of American cross stitch stuff because it's the best. Because they've started bringing in all new stuff that's, well, crap, to be honest. Just like surface embroidery stuff. So in the little sale I got Sam Sarah Design Studio One Fine Day, which is shiny because it's a real photograph. I think if I did it, I wouldn't write One Fine Day, I'd leave that off. And all these things here are buttons, which I don't think I'm going to get. I think there was like an embellishment pack you could get that had like all the threads and everything, but it was £8, and I was in a rush because I had to like go out, and I was like trying to get everything in my basket and pay for it and whatever. And I was surprised that this flower here, it looks like two different colours, but it's one thread. It is in fact owed up. It is Gentle Art sample thread in the colour Clover, So I presume they've just like stitched it up and down. But yeah, I might not do that. Because threads are expensive and all that. And I might just try and replicate it by using a dark purple and a light purpley pink. So that's that. The next one is Summertime by the Victoria Sampler, part of their seasonal bitty buttons, designed by Kathy Jean. There's a little bee and a flower and leaves. Now this uses Dental Arts, Elvira Soir and Weeks dye works, but I'm not going to use them. I like this is the collection, but they only had so only had this one, which is like a little cat in the window. I didn't like that one, but I really love this fall one. So if I stitch this one and anybody wants to swap for this one, I'll totally trade with you. It's a little squirrel. Anything else about that? No, there's no beads, buttons. Even though it's called Bitty Buttons, I presume that's something to do with the frame. And the last one I got is my favourite one. It is Harvest Blessings by Waxing Moon Designs. I think I like this one the best. Then this bit on here is cute. These three. So I really want Pumpkins 3 that Abby Bella Stitch did, but you can't get it in the UK, so. Yeah, I'll stop showing you that. It's part of the One Colour Wonders. I don't know whether that's the series that they do, but I really liked the colour that they've done it in, so I got it. It's Weeks Dye Works Hazelnut. But I realised something and researched into it, but like the value, what do you call it? Best value for money, that's it. Of hand dyed, over dyed threads, because this is 6. Is it 6? This is 6 stranded, 5 yards. I was looking and like Karen watercolours. That's pretty bad value for money because it's one stranded. Oh, I don't know. But I was like looking at different ones, and because this was like £2, so I don't know, forgot, £2 something. And I mean, it feels a bit rough. I think I did work out that Weeks Dye Works was the best value for money because it's 6 stranded, and but I'm sure there was another one that does more yardage for your money. Anyway, I hope this will be enough to stitch this. So that's that one. That's all my hauly bits. Oh, and they were bargain. They were £1 each for the charts. And then obviously the weeks was £2 whatever. The other thing I was going to say is that, would you be interested in a sal? Hang on. for Mirabilia Fairy Moon, because Tina in Stitches and I are going to start this at the Milton Keynes retreat in October 27th, and we know someone else that's going. Got it? Reverse Stitching with Claire, we're talking about you. I wonder whether anyone else in the world wanted to join in on the 28th of October with the Fairy Moon Sal. Now I looked on Facebook and there's already a Facebook group for the Fairy Moon Sal. I don't know how old it is, and I requested to join yesterday. I haven't been accepted yet, so I don't know whether it's really old and whether we should join that one or whether I should start a new group. Let me know if you'd be interested. Intruder. Yeah. Someone was saying on Stitch Maynia yesterday that this chart in particular is now selling for ridiculous money on eBay, whereas when I got mine a year ago there were quite a lot of them around, and if you remember, I ended up with 3 of them and gave 2 of them away. I'm actually selling some of my Mirabilias on eBay. Let me just... If anybody wants to buy them off me, I'm selling this. This isn't a Mirabilia, it's The Wedding by Lavender and Lace. Then I'm selling Red because I finished it, and I'm selling her with the blue beads that I didn't use in the dress. Then I'm selling Archangel, Fairy Idyll, New Sealed, June's Pearl Fairy, Sealed, Rose of Sharon, which have been opened, and then these 2 that didn't come with the picture. July's Amethyst Fairy, which is sealed, and May's Emerald Fairy, which has been opened. I've got a link to my eBay below. Way up. There goes my beads. Link that below. Ends in about 2 days-ish. So by the time you watch this, you probably missed it. Was that everything? I want to thank Pip Stitch for mentioning me. It was nice to think that someone thinks I'm funny. I told Richard and he said that some people mistake my apathy for humour, but I really am just really apathetic. But in other news, I've still been going to the knitting chat group nearby. I love it. Because I couldn't decide what I'm knitting next, although I totally want to go to the yarn shop when it's open again tomorrow. Just knit because I want to kit up a jumper. But I've been crocheting Wonky Bird that Dad was gifted, and just to show you, it's this big. You wouldn't think, would you, looking at that little thing, that it was going to be this big. So I've start there, spiral, increase, few rows of normal, decrease, and now it's saying I've got to stuff it before I carry on. But my friend at Knitting Chat said I should make all the other bits first before I stuff it, because it might be easier to attach them when it's not stuffed. So, you know, don't argue with the expert. Otherwise, I could use it as a little bowl. So that's that. Don't want to bore you with that, non-cross stitch. And I just read Yarn Harlow and it's really funny. It's like anecdotes about yarn things. Like you make a jumper and then you wash it and it turns out massive and you're like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Yeah, and another thing that I'm doing today is I've taken the buttons off Orange Cardigan. Oh my god, the pin came out. And sewing this ribbon on to reinforce the buttons because they were pulling through. So that's it. That's it in my crafty world. So, oh yeah, there's been some sad news in the cross stitch world, but I don't really want to say. One of our most lovely commenters passed away. I think it was last Monday. So if you go on Stitch Maynia, you'll probably find out. So yeah. So I will say goodbye and see you next time.